I was just out here about 2 weeks ago and you could see all the way down to the lake down there. But now spring is here and there's leaves on all the trees and you can't see hardly anything out here. I already know I'm gonna run into some spiders or something. Maybe that's more of a summer thing. Look how beautiful this is, guys. It's a beautiful lake. I'm here at Black Hills. This is Little Seneca Reservoir. And maybe it's Great Seneca Reservoir, you know, I can never remember. And I'm here because I wanted to try out a new fishing rod that I got. And I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about our plans for the spring and for the summer, and some of the things that we want to do, especially to the SUV, to Atlas, to get it prepped for camping this summer. I really like coming out here. It's very close to home, and it's only about a 3-minute hike down from the road. And at this time of year, the water is so clear, but I'm kind of thinking that that means that I'm not going to find many fish here. There are some reeds over there that I might have a chance with some fish. I'm going to try out this fishing rod called the Tiny Tenkara, and it's basically a tiny fly fishing rod with only an 8-foot line. And you don't cast it like a normal rod overhead, you basically shoot it kind of like a crossbow. The fishing rod comes in this tube with a screw cap on either side. It started to rain pretty heavily, so I went back to the car and put my camera back in the car, and I'm using my GoPro now. So this is the fishing rod. Basically, you can extend it by just shaking it. Here on the end, we have this little piece of fabric, and what we do is we have a fishing line wrapped up on this piece of foam. Pull it off, and we'll tie it right on there with a little loop. I did bring a pair of pliers just in case I caught something. Oh, I caught something. Oh! Oh wow, I caught something. Did you guys see that? I just caught something and it got off. So how this kind of works is you kind of shoot it like a bow and arrow. You end up pulling the end back like this, and you just stretch it out and you just let it go. And it basically slingshots the hook and the lure out onto the surface. You have about 8 feet of rod and 8 feet of line, 16 feet max. Okay, there it is out there. See, oh, fish jumped at it. Oh, I got one. Got one. Caught a fish. Caught my first fish on the Tenkara fly rod, man. I might have to get a full-size fly fishing rod. This is so easy. Wow. Can't believe I caught a fish on this little rod. I don't know what this is. Maybe a little tiny bass or something? I think it probably is. It's very small. Take a picture of it. Oh, no, it came off. All right, we're gonna let him go. There we go. There he goes. Who would have thought this tiny little rod, I'd be able to catch fish like right next to the shore. Tiny little fish. And I'm gonna be trying this in some streams in Western Maryland this summer, and I am looking forward to seeing what I find out there. Maybe some larger trout. Well, I think I'm going to head home, and I want to show you guys some different things that we're doing to get ready for the summer and for some of our camping trips that I'm really excited about. I'm gonna come back here when it's not raining, and I'm gonna try the Tenkara rod again, because that was pretty exciting, but the rain kind of ruined my time. And I'd really like to try it in a nearby creek, but I'm not sure if there's any fish in there. I think I saw some small ones, but I'm gonna head home for now. I think Emma is at home baking. Well guys, so the summer is coming up, and we are trying to upgrade the 4Runner, and we decided to buy some new suspension components. There's a lot of information out there, you know, people getting all kinds of suspension, all kinds of really expensive setups, and we decided that we wanted something kind of in the middle, like not something too extreme. So what we ended up going with is Bilstein shocks, and that's for the front and back, and then OME springs for the rear, and we ordered these from SRQ Fabrications, and they didn't have the right springs in stock for a while for the front, and so we ended up going with Dobinson springs for the front. I think these will be a great setup for something that's not too overkill, but still sufficient to replace what we have now, which is just terrible going over bumps. Like, the shocks are completely worn out on the 4Runner right now. It's not really a lift, but it's a 1.5 inch lift, which is 1.5 inches over the normal ride height of the 3rd gen 4Runners. But because ours is a 99 model year, it's already 1 inch taller than all the other years. So it's basically a 1/2 inch lift over what we have now. And I think that'll be plenty. We're not doing any real crazy rock crawling or anything. This is mostly dirt trails, sometimes crossing streams, things like that. You guys have seen what we do. Also, have I shown you guys lately? I got a new welder. My dad got this Chicago Electric 125 amp basic flux welder for me for Christmas, and it has been awesome. I've already used it a few times. I got the garage cleaned up a bit here, and I put up this ductwork here so that when I'm sanding anything, when I'm using the belt sander, that can suck any dust out of the garage, and I think I'm gonna put a filter on that too. It can just be too much dust filling up the room when I'm trying to make something here in the garage. So I recently used the welder to make mounts for the 4Runner's new ditch lights that I installed, and they turned out really well. I'm really happy with them. I'll show you guys what I did. So here are the ditch lights, and these are the metal mounts that I made. You can see right there, it's welded. And basically these are just made from 1/4 inch steel that I scored with an angle grinder, and I cut out into a certain shape that would fit and be able to bolt into the hood mounts. And these basically just bolt onto the hood. Well guys, it's another day now, and we're on the topic of like what we're planning to do for the summer, and I talked about some of the suspension upgrades we're gonna do for our camping trips and some things like that. But there's at least one other thing that I'm getting ready for the summer tonight, and that is a little lettuce garden. So last year we set up this little hydroponic garden. And if you guys don't know what a hydroponic garden is, or growing system, basically what it is it's a mechanism to grow plants directly in water. You end up filling this container up, you have a plant grow light right here, and you have circulating fans, you have a fan blowing down, and then you have a circulating pump inside of this. So it's basically just a very simple way to grow plants. But last year we ended up growing herbs, but what happened was the herbs grow so fast that they ended up filling up the entire plant grow system up and started going around the light and everything, and we just couldn't use the herbs fast enough. I mean, we're making pastas and Italian food and stuff. We can't use that much basil and rosemary and all that stuff. So this year we decided we're gonna grow lettuce in it, and we eat lettuce all the time. You can use them for salads, sandwiches, and so I'm gonna get that set up, and I wanna show you guys throughout the summer how much it grows and actually track if it's a useful way to use a hydroponic system. Because I see a lot of people growing herbs, but I think lettuce might be a better option. What we have here are lettuce seeds, and I got these at Walmart. These are loose leaf lettuce. It's kind of like a mixed blend. It's basically the type of lettuce that I would get at Aldi or at Walmart anyways for sandwiches or salad. And then this is a refill kit because last year we used up all the supplies. So what we have here is plant food, another bottle of plant food. We have these little plastic cups, which are what these little fake dirt pods sit down in. And then as you wait for the seeds to germinate, you use one of these little plastic things, and this keeps, I guess it's a little plastic cap, and it keeps the humidity in and helps the seed to germinate. Last year though, when we used this for herbs, the plants grew like wildfire. They were growing crazy. They started off kind of slow, normal, and then they just exploded. So I'm hoping that happens to the lettuce this year. We'll have to wait and see, and I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I'm adding a bit of nutrient A and a bit of nutrient B. This hydroponic system has a fill port right here to make it easy to fill or just top off with water. Because the plants are using nutrients, you do need to add more nutrients every few weeks. And as I showed you guys before, they come in two different varieties. It's A and B. It's just two different parts of the nutrients the plants need. And lastly, I'm going to add these seeds. One seed in each one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see the types of adventures, the fishing adventures and camping adventures that I'm getting ready for, that we're getting the SUV ready for and stuff, make sure to subscribe, and then I will put a video that you can watch right here, right over here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and until next time, have a great week. See ya.